baseball. When I think about baseball, I think about the things that I did with my dad and the opportunities I had to make memories with my dad. Whether we were going to the park and he was hitting me ground balls, pop flies, throwing me batting practice, and my mom was out in the outfield trying to shag down balls, or whether it was just playing catch in the backyard till the sun went down, it was just baseball really set that foundation in my life and that relationship with my dad. And so I think just that relationship with my mom and my dad and how they've always supported me. It doesn't matter if I went 0 for 4 in a game or didn't get out of the first inning as a pitcher, they never put me down. Now I look back and I realize that's why I always had confidence in myself. It's because they were my biggest supporters and they're my biggest fans. So just looking back on that, it just really impacted me, and just because I knew that they believed in me. And so if they believed in me, then I could believe in me.
I'm gonna cry reading this. For me, it wasn't just my parents parenting. They always made sure that I had mentors in my life, good friends, healthy relationships. They didn't just let me choose any person to hang out with. They were very strategic on who they allowed into my life, allowed to speak into my life. That's what ultimately gave me success, is that I knew that I had people to turn to when I had a bad day, when things were hard, when there were things that I didn't want to tell my parents, and things that I were going through, just the support system and the stability that community brought. When I think about kids who don't have, number one, parents, and they don't have a support system for, when things do go wrong or when they do have a bad day at school, I think it's important to have a system and a village and a tribe around your kids to really build them up. And that's something my parents did an excellent job at, and that's what I want to do for kids in foster care, is to bring them into my home and not just me impact their life, but my friends and people I trust to build them up and show them their worth.
Hey. Juju, where's your toy?
I remember when we first got our foster placement, that filled a part of my heart that I never knew needed filled. And it's almost like her coming into our home was something we never knew would fulfill us in the way that it did. And it's something we would have never known had we never done that.
Whenever we see our foster child just laughing and giggling and just smiling and having the best time, that to me, I look at that and I'm like, the life you have is so much different than the life you would have had we not stepped up and done this. We have no idea what we're doing half the time.
Yeah.
We do the best we can, but I think I can give these kids a life that they're not able to have. So I've got to step up and just give those kids that life. And that's all they're asking me to do. So it's just, don't run from the problem and think it's just gonna disappear. Like, the problem's gonna be there. Do you want the kid to go through it by themselves, or do you want to be there and fight for them?
The good outweighs the bad a million times over, because it's been the most rewarding season of our whole lives. And I would include that in the season where we were traveling and in baseball and in that whole world. None of that compares. None of that compares to fostering. None of that compares to raising these two girls together.
Yeah, I don't think everyone is called to be a foster parent. I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone, you need to go out, you need to get licensed to foster right now. I think you'll kind of know what you're called to do, but I do think people can get involved in different ways, whether it's bring a kid to work type event, or if it's get kids involved in clinics and just helping out at clinics, and just for that hour, that 2-3 hours on the field, just teach them the game of baseball. But it's going to be more than that, because you're going to be telling this kid, you're worth my time and I see the value in you. So that alone can impact a kid's life.
Everyone's been given a unique gift, and if anything, it's to inspire a child to succeed and to give them something to look forward to, whether that's being an awesome mom or a business professional. I think that this next generation really needs to be poured into, and if we don't pour into these kids, if we don't advocate and encourage these kids, who will?